Oh, 800.
It's a gas for 1600.
Double letters for 800.
Everybody gets into Jeopardy! What's your category?
Well, this is Silversmith made an historic midnight ride, April 18th, 1775.
Think you know the right question? Find out on the next Jeopardy!
Tonight at 7:30 on WLKY News Channel 32.
This is Jeopardy! Here are today's contestants. A writer and producer from San Francisco, California, Diana Wynn. A software engineer from Nashua, New Hampshire, Glenn Howes. And our returning champion, a retail specialist from Louisville, Kentucky, Chris Miller, whose 4-day cash winnings total $111,196. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
I was trying to sneak out, Johnny. Hi, folks. Welcome to our show. We have a champion here who is excellent player. And that's not particularly good news for Diana and Glenn, but you never know. A challenger could replace him like that. All they have to do is come up with more correct responses before he does. Here we go, Jeopardy round. It's a simple game. Here are the categories today. Pieces of April. Name the Olympic sport. Hey, where am I? Cigarette lore. And we'll deal with news stories from the magazine's 30 years. People. And finally, P&P. Notice the quotation marks. All right, Chris, you go first.
P&P, 200.
In other words, a slumberwear celebration. Glenn.
What is a pajama party?
Right.
Could I get P&P for $400, please?
A small stitch used in embroidery. Its name is French for small stitch. Diana.
What is petit pois?
No. Chris or Glenn? Petit pois is small peas. Petit point is the stitch. Glenn, back to you.
Could I get P&P for $600, please?
If you want to produce your CD where Prince produces his, rent a studio here in Chanhassen, Minnesota. Chris.
What is Paisley Park?
That's the PP.
P&P, 800.
If a pencil pusher worries so much over his books that he becomes miserly, he turns into one of these. Chris.
What is a penny pincher?
Yes.
P&P, 1000.
A government that spends in order to increase income and employment is doing this. Glenn.
What is priming the pump?
Good for 1,000.
Could I get, name the Olympic sport for $200, please?
Shorts, 10 or 12-ounce gloves, protective headgear. Chris.
What is boxing?
That's right.
Olympics, 400.
Landing area, crossbar, long, flexible staff. Chris.
What is the pole vault?
Yes.
Olympics, 600.
A sled weighing no more than 50 pounds. A steep hill, nerves of steel. Chris.
What is the luge?
That's right.
Olympics, 800.
2 teams of 6, an over 7-foot-high net. Diana.
What is volleyball?
Right.
Pieces of April for 6.
On April 30th, 1900, he died bravely with one hand on the brake lever of the Cannonball Express. Chris.
Who is Casey Jones?
He's the one.
Olympics, 1000.
Floor area, bodysuit, a ball, a hoop, or a ribbon. Glenn.
What is rhythmic gymnastics? Rhythmic gymnastics.
That's it, yes.
Could I get pieces of April for $200, please?
This Silversmith made an historic midnight ride, April 18th, 1775. Diana.
Who is Paul Revere?
Yes.
People for 200.
June 30th, 2003. This royal vies with movie stars to top the list of the 25 hottest bachelors. Diana.
Who is Prince William?
Correct.
People for 4.
November 6th, 1978. This ex-urban guerrilla from inside prison, the exclusive story of her romance with her bodyguard. Chris.
Who is Patty Hearst?
Yes.
People, 600.
May 8th, 1989. Chemist Stanley Pons stirs up science with his stunning claim to have achieved this. Chris.
Was cold fusion?
Yes.
People, 800.
In 1997, People was on the crime beat with this victim. Diana.
Who is Versace?
Gianni Versace is correct, and that takes you to 1,600. You're off to a good start. That's nice. We're going to take our first break right now, come back and chat with the players, and then we'll continue things. Stay with us.
Wherever you're headed, the Orbitz Hotel Matrix makes it easy to find great deals wherever you want to be. Get the right hotel at the right price whenever you want to get away. Orbitz, where your travel missions are accomplished.
Diana Wynn is a writer and producer whose grandfather was a gambler. Any relation to Steve Wynn,
No,
the casino owner?
that would have helped.
Yeah. Says here that you grew up wandering around casinos with Grandpa?
Well, wandering around the casinos, I never really had a bedtime. And my grandparents lived in the Bahamas. They moved to Cuba. They lived in the same hotel as Howard Hughes for a while. And
I see.
I once famously invited Hughes to my grandmother's birthday party.
How
So
about that?
never lived that down.
So you thought kids everywhere lived this way?
Exactly.
That's great. Hey, Glenn Howe, software engineer from Nashua, New Hampshire. To prepare for his appearance on Jeopardy, he practiced.
I practice very often.
Made his own pair of practice buzzers.
I did.
Oh my gosh, you brought it with you.
It's a USB mouse inside of a candy dispenser, actually. It hooked up to my hand. That's right.
Oh, good.
You're not allergic to peanut butter, are you?
No,
Oh,
not at
good.
all. Okay, well, let's hope it helps you. And now we come to our champion, Chris Miller. When he called home to say he had won, the folks had news for you. What?
They told me that my cousin had just had a baby that same day.
So you took second place to your cousin's new baby.
Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't want to name her Alex.
Alex is a lovely name for a young lady. How much money have you won so far?
111,000, something like that.
Thousand. Keep saying that. That's impressive. Diana, you have command of the board right now. You select, please.
Where am I for 600?
If I'm standing nervously under the Torre Pendente, I'm in this Italian city on the Arno River. Diana.
What is Florence?
No. Torre Pendente, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Diana, go again.
Where am I for 8?
I'm in this Rhode Island city that's home to the International Tennis Hall of Fame.
Chris.
What is Providence?
Nope. Diana.
What is Newport?
That's it.
Where am I for 1,000?
I'm in this city that FedEx picked as its headquarters due to its location and good weather.
Chris.
What is Memphis?
Memphis, Tennessee is right.
Pieces of April, 400.
Bob Ford collected a reward after shooting this man dead April 3rd, 1882. Chris.
Who's Billy the Kid?
No. Diana.
Who is Jesse James?
He's the one, yes.
Pieces of April for 8.
Answer. Daily double. All right. Guess what, Diana? For the first time in 4 games, one of our challengers can overtake the champion. Chris, you have 2,200. That's more than 50% of his total.
Let's do it.
All right. All of it?
All of it.
Okay, you will have the lead if you are right on this clue in Pieces of April. At an auction in April 1978, one of these books sold for $2 million, then a record for a printed book.
What is a Gutenberg Bible?
You're in the lead. 4,400. Go again.
April for 1,000.
On April 7th, 1805, Beethoven premiered this symphony that was inspired by Napoleon. Diana.
What is the 9th?
No. Glenn or Chris? What is the Eroica Symphony? Diana, back to you.
People for 1,000.
April 2nd, 1990, Hollywood stars protest this pesticide, which comes in on medfly wings and a sprayer. Glenn?
What's parathion?
No. Diana or Chris? Pesticide is malathion. Malathion. Diana, back to you.
Where am I for 4?
I'm in this European city at a monument inspired by the Acropolis.
Glenn?
Where's London?
Nope. Diana?
What is Athens?
No. Chris?
What is Berlin?
Berlin, the Brandenburg Gate. Yes.
Where am I, 200?
I'm in this city, often called the Queen of the Adriatic.
Chris?
What is Venice?
Yes. Minute to go.
Cigarettes, 200.
After complaints that it attracted young smokers, R.J. Reynolds dropped this animated animal character. Chris?
Who is Joe Camel?
Correct.
Cigarette lore, 400.
In the Old West, a prayer book was a cowboy's pack of these cigarette-making accessories. Glenn?
Or the Fixins?
No. Diana? Or
What are rolling papers?
rolling papers, yes.
Cigarette lore for 6.
Act 1 of a Bizet opera takes place in a Seville square near a cigarette factory where this title character works. Chris?
Who is Carmen?
Correct.
Cigarette lore, 800.
On a tour of Europe, Annie Oakley once shot a cigarette from the mouth of this future German Kaiser. Chris?
Who is Kaiser Wilhelm?
That's right.
Cigarettes, 1,000.
In addition to jeweled Easter eggs, this famous Russian goldsmith designed cigarette boxes and carved animals. Chris again.
Who is Fabergé?
Good. You go to 7,200. You're in the lead. Diana is next, and Glenn gets to go first in Double Jeopardy right after these messages.